Hello and welcome. This is LCD Dungeon System. And LCD Dungeon System does exactly what it says. So we have two difficulty settings here, Game A and Game B. Those of you who played old games back in the day will have some recollection, perhaps, of the fact that old games used to do that kind of stuff. Now here are the excessively complicated controls for LCD Dungeon System. Healing magic on Y, attack magic on B, normal attack on A, and that's pretty much a lot. Oh, there's a left bumper for the map. Woo. Anyway, LCD Dungeon System, we're going to go with A, because I haven't played it very much. This is kind of a dungeon crawl. As you can see, it's done in an LCD Game & Watch kind of style. And I will admit, I quite like this aesthetic simply because of nostalgia. I used to play LCD games, and I like the way it even has kind of the shadows of objects. If you look at my first-person view there, you can see at the bottom there's something that looks like maybe a treasure chest and a hatch and that sort of thing, greyed out. Which is something you always saw on LCD stuff. Like the cells where images could appear would still be visible in the background when they weren't actually in use. So this is done pretty carefully. I like the attention to detail and the style. But it's not the most exciting game in the world. It reminds me of a game I played on the first... Let's get moving. Head west. On the first computer my family had, a Commodore VIC-20. It was called Get Lost, and it was basically just wandering around a maze until you got to the exit. Very exciting when you're 5, or whatever I was, but perhaps not the most enthralling gameplay. Okay. I don't know how long this game is, or anything. It seems to be randomly generated, which is always nice, but nothing much really happens. You can see from the greyed out images to the right there that there are pictures of bats and soldiers and all kinds of exciting things. But, as you can see right now, they're not really occurring. So I'm just slogging around looking for... Oh, okay, there we go. Monster attack. You can see now there's a bat that's been illuminated on the right. We don't actually see it in our first-person display. We just kind of get told it's there. In fact, there are two, judging by the times two. So, if you remember from the control scheme at the beginning, we could cast magic attack using B, which would use up some of our magic points, or we could just straight attack. So let's press A to go for a normal attack. We've taken out one of the bats, and again, monster is defeated. Okay, so we proceed. Let's go straight on down here, turn right, down here. Okay, I think it might be time to consult the map. Ooh, I like the way this map is drawn on almost graph paper type of thing. Like old role-playing maps. Well, the way I used to, or rather the circumstances I used to do that in were solo game books. Things like Fighting Fantasy. Some of those really benefited from sitting and drawing your own map. But yeah, I like the way this is on sort of graph paper and the way it looks hand-drawn. I don't know what any of the abbreviations are, though. M, C, no idea. I assume one of them is me, so let's... No? I just walked forward and a bit of corridor appeared, sort of in just right of the middle. Watch. No? Yeah. So I'm actually not marked on the map. This is very confusing. I think the map is actually... and the map doesn't seem to have expanded from my explorations. This is very interesting map design. Map design that doesn't show you where you are on the map. Maybe it works better if you look at the map right at... Oh, we're being attacked by a dog of some sort. Kill it! Defeated. Maybe the map works better if you're watching it right from the outset. so you can watch your progress across the map. I don't know, but it doesn't seem very effective. Okay, there's a chest on the floor, so let's, I don't know, open it. How do we do that? A? Yes. And we got an extension of something. But it wasn't our life, because that's those rectangles. It was the kind of sword-shaped thing below it. I'm not sure what that is. Magic? Or is it actually a sword? Did we get a longer sword? Do chests extend my weapon when I see them? Ho ho? I don't know. And this is one of the problems with LCD dungeon system. I mean, it does have a lot of serious flaws. It's only 80 Microsoft points, so, you know, it gets a pass to an extent, but at the same time, you are paying real money for it, even if it's not much money. So, monster attack, go away. And the main thing it has going for it, as suggested by the incorporation of this in the title, is the LCD aesthetic, which will probably only appeal to you oh, we got a key. Which will probably only appeal to you if you played LCD games back in the day. So, you know, this is presumably aimed at people who are at least in their mid-20s, probably more like in their 30s. So it's, while that's a perfectly ample audience, it does mean that you're actually consciously excluding people from the audience of your game. Because people who never played LCD games originally will probably not see any appeal in this. And particularly with the quite clunky gameplay. I mean, I've played this for a bit. Not loads, but I've played it for a little while. And I still have no bloody clue what's going on. I don't know how to find the exit. The map, as you've seen, makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know what the abbreviations on the map mean. I don't know what that bar below my life bar that I extended is. The game just does a bad job of explaining anything, and I'm just kind of wandering around in the dark. So I can't really recommend LCD Dungeon System. I don't regret picking it up, because it's only 80 points, which is about 50p. Oh, a monster and a door. Okay. Let's cast magic on the monster, just for shits and giggles. Okay, so that sword thing is our magic bar. I've never noticed that before. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever bothered using magic before, because normal attacks seem to do the job a lot of the time. Anyway. Go through the door, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I don't regret picking this up, because it's, you know, it's nice to have played it, but I can't really recommend it, because it's just not all that much fun. It's pretty boring a lot of the time, and it's confusing. You don't know what things are, or where you're meant to be going. You can't even identify where you are on the map, and it's selling entirely on the basis of its visual gimmick, which is fine, but has a very limited audience, and in this day and age, it needs something to back it up. It can't get away with just having a visual gimmick alone. So, LCD Dungeon System, I'm not going to tell you not to buy it. You know, if you're watching this and you're curious, by all means play it. It's only 80 Microsoft points. Or play the trial, you know, if you want to see for yourself. But I really can't recommend it. It's a fun idea. I can see what they were going for, but it doesn't really work. LCD Dungeon System. Probably give it a miss. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time with more game stuff.